Your system is lying to you. Logs are missing. Metrics don't add up. Debugging feels like chasing ghosts. Observability isn't just a tool. It's the difference between chaos and control. Welcome to the channel. Let's understand this mess. This is past me or future me, depending on how you understand time. This is a two-part series. If you want to find part 2, I have left a link right here to the playlist. Imagine production goes down and all you have is a stack of logs that tell you nothing. No context. No cause, just noise. And that's what bad observability feels like. Here's the thing. Most systems are a black box. You see what they output, but you have no idea what's happening inside. Logs give you breadcrumbs, but not the full picture. Metrics show trends, but not causes. Traces help, but only if they're actually implemented. And when something breaks, you get a flood of useless alerts. PagerDuty goes off, and you're left piecing together fragments, hoping to guess the right answer before users notice. Quick poll. How many times have you debugged an issue just by restarting services and hoping it works? Be honest. This isn't just annoying, it's career limiting. Senior engineers don't guess. They don't play whack-a-mole with logs. They observe, correlate, and fix problems fast. But how do you get there? Let's talk real observability. Forget dashboards full of random graphs. Observability isn't monitoring. It's an engineering discipline. It answers 3 questions. Number 1, what's happening in my system right now? Your live state. Number 2, why is this happening? The context and relationships. Number 3, how do I fix it? Your actionable insights. To do that, you need 3 pillars. Logs, structured, queryable, and linked to requests. No more guessing. Metrics, not just CPU or RAM, but real business impact, like failed transactions. Traces, following requests end to end to see where things slow down. But here's the kicker. Just having these isn't enough. The real magic is correlation. If your logs don't link to traces and your traces don't match metrics, you're still blind. And trust me, that's how most companies operate. Oh, and if you think this fixes everything, you might be in trouble. Here's where people screw this up. They collect everything but understand nothing. Gigabytes of logs but no way to search them. Endless metrics but no insight. Tracing every request but with 0 correlation to failures. This leads to alert fatigues, where your team gets so many useless alerts that they start ignoring them. And that's when real problems slip through. Don't shake your head, we've all done it. Story time. I once had a DevOps engineer admit he got so annoyed of getting useless alerts, he put the pager in his fridge. No. I'm not kidding. I once saw a team ignore an alert for hours because that system always sends false positives. Turns out it wasn't false that time. It was an actual outage. Observability isn't just tools. It's designing systems to be debuggable. And if you get this right, it changes everything. Because guess what? The best engineers aren't the ones who never had issues. They're the ones who find them and fix them faster than anyone else. And that's where real career growth happens. Want to go from log hunting junior dev to observability pro? Here's the roadmap. Step 1, own the logs. Don't just dump them, structure them. Use JSON, link request IDs, make them useful. Step 2, think in traces. If you can't see how a request flows through your system, you're flying blind. Open telemetry is your friend. Step 3, metrics that matter. Track business impacting numbers, not just infrastructure health. For example, a CPU spike is boring. A failed checkout is not. Step 4, automate insights. Set up alerts only for real failures, not random noise. Make every alert actionable. Step 5, debug smarter. When an issue hits, start with a trace, find a failing request, then check logs and metrics. Always go top down, not bottom up. Bonus challenge, try debugging your next incident without grep or tail -f. If you can't, you don't have real observability yet. This setup is great, but what if I told you it's actually dangerous? Observability makes systems transparent, but also vulnerable. Too much visibility can expose sensitive data. Ever log a password by accident? Yeah, it happens. Misconfigured tracing slows everything down. Ever seen a system crash because tracing sampled everything? Bad alerts lead to burnout. If your team drowns in noise, they'll ignore real signals. The solution? Observability hygiene. Mask sensitive data at the source. No plain text logs of user info. Sample traces smartly. Not every request needs full tracing. Alert only on actionable failures. If it's not something a human should fix, it shouldn't page a human. If you get this right, you don't just debug faster, you build bulletproof systems. Oh, and there's one more thing no one tells you about observability. Logs, metrics, and traces are great, but they don't work in distributed systems like you think they do. Next time, we fix observability at scale.